Good morning, friends. Sorry I'm a little bit late this morning. I'm EB. And we'll see how long my voice holds out. But I am here. I am nominally awake. Am pulling up chat. Because it does help if I have chat up where I can read it. No, typically. Come on, laptop. Okay. But yes, good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome, welcome to the Totally Awake Crafting Club, where clearly I am totally awake. I'm sure all of you are too. Come on. Oh, please. But yeah, Kara and I went to a Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy pre-release yesterday, and it was a ton of fun. I'll go into more detail later and maybe show off some of the cards once a few more people have actually shown up. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. But yeah. Totally Awake Crafting Club. We will start out with hexagons as we always do. And then go from there. Oh. Helps. It was. I had a ton of fun. I lost 2 matches and won the third. And honestly, I was not expecting to win at all, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. I ended up building black green with like the tiniest like 3 card splash of blue. Like I said, I'll go into a little bit more detail once we have some more of the magic regulars, but it was a lot of fun. Roll a dice, that's what I need to roll a dice. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kits. I mean, hopefully you did not actually. I have definitely had moments like that as well. Yeah, I once had, I don't know what happened. I don't know if my phone glitched or what. But my unlock pattern just fully was not working, even though I know for a fact I was putting it in correctly. And like, yeah, I was like terrified that my phone had been like hacked, or like somebody had gotten in there and changed my unlock code and what the fuck is happening. and then I hard rebooted the phone. And when it booted back up, it worked fine and I was able to get into it. So, I don't know, I guess it just momentarily glitched out. But yeah, I have definitely had those moments as well. It does sound like you deserve a nap after dealing with that, though. After all, Sundays are for nap time. Also, celebrations are in order. Kara is very, very nearly done with school. She has one more tiny assignment to do tomorrow, and then she's fully done. Which deserves so many applause and accolades. Ooh, poaching pork belly. Yummy. Sounds tasty. I strem so early. I don't know. Did I actually snooze my alarm? Oh, wait. Right. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Kitty. I was not expecting you to tune in. You're right. Stream is extremely early today. It's so weird. Now you know why Kuma doesn't show up until halfway through and he's got coffee in hand. No, 7 a.m. is the time I get up for work. You have a day off, so go back to sleep. But also, hi. How was your travel? Clearly successful, but hopefully not too taxing. Ooh, right, breakfast. I always find hotel breakfasts are served from like 6 to 8, which seems unreasonable for people that are on vacation and wish to sleep in. Oh, 7 to 11 is a good range for a hotel breakfast. That's excellent. Also, I am glad your time in Victoria has so far been good. And also continue fluids. Ooh, a very British tea house. That sounds excellent. Ooh. New Carby is blue. A very excellent shade of blue. I like it. Still looks a little haunted, but that's fine. Carby just be like that sometimes. should drink coffee. The way that all DNS requests get nonsense answers. Weird. That is very interesting. Hey, Randus. Good morning. Magic, 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 magic. Yeah, I was kind of waiting on Randus in particular to show up before I got too far into anything. But yeah. So yesterday was the pre-release that Kara and I went to, and it was a lot of fun. Magic, 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 magic. Magic, 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 magic. Magic! Yeah, it was a ton of fun. We had a full, I believe the pre-release was full, which was 24. And we were not the only women there, which was exciting. But yeah, everyone was super nice. All of my opponents were great. All of Kara's opponents were great. Everyone was really, like, friendly and welcoming. Even when Kara was like, yeah, I'm still really, really new to Magic. Everyone was, like, super nice and super, super great and super helpful. My pool was really interesting. I have it beside me. I'll pull it out here in a couple minutes. I ended up building black-green with, like, the tiniest blue splash. Like, I splashed blue for literally 3 cards. And you'll see why when I pull the deck out. But it went really well. So my first match, I was actually playing against one of the employees of the store on his day off. One that I actually knew kind of vaguely because he was the one that we had talked to that had signed us up for the pre-release. So that was actually super helpful because I was able to, like, ask him some questions, and he was super friendly and, like, helpful and stuff. My very first game, though, I got super stuck on land. Like, I just could not draw land to save my life. And so he beat me pretty fast, and I was like, oh no. So we went to game 2, and again, he beat me fairly quickly. So I was like, okay, do I need to retune it? Like, the deck felt okay, but I was like, I don't know if this was just bad luck or if I need to, like, adjust some things. So he was like, okay, well, do you want to play, you know, we still have plenty of time in the round. Do you just want to play again just for fun? And I'm like, sure, absolutely. So we played again, and this time I beat him rather soundly, which made me feel a lot better about the deck. And then we had just enough time to play a 4th game, and I beat him again. So, again, those 2 wins didn't count for the tournament, but it made me feel a lot better. um, about the deck and that I had constructed it okay. Um, oh, it's so cool, Randus. The person that ran your pre-release was trans and proud about it, which was really refreshing to see. Yeah, that's super cool. There were definitely other, like, openly queer people at ours too, which was, again, excellent. Yeah, it was just we had been to this LGS before to, like, buy things, but never for an event. So it was really nice to see that it was just, like, a really super welcoming and friendly environment. So yeah, that was my round 1. I lost the 2 official games and then won the 2 unofficial ones. But it like I said, it gave me the confidence that I had actually built a decent deck and it wasn't the fault of the deck. So round 2, I won the first game, and then our second game ended up going to time and ending in a draw. I think my opponent was also fairly new to Magic, because he was taking not like not like an unreasonable amount of time for each game action, but he was clearly like thinking over all of his different options and what he wanted to do each turn, which was fine. I felt a little bad because he had yes, exactly. So I did win round 2 because I had won the first game and then the second ended in a draw. So I did actually win a round, which made me feel great. So I felt a little bad for him. He had not the inset 2-mana Golbez, which is the one I was running, but he had the 4-mana bonus sheet Golbez. I forget exactly what it's called. But like the fancy one that does like graveyard interactions and like just disgusting things. So he played it during the first game and I was like, oh hell, what? He played it during the first game and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a problem. And it was around for a couple turns and started doing its thing, and I was like, okay, this is definitely gonna be a problem. And then I drew Sephiroth's Intervention, which is the 4-mana kill spell of this format. And I was like, cool, and I killed the Golbez. And my opponent was like, aw. So then in game 2, we were playing along, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring out the boy. I hope you don't kill him again. And he brought out his Golbez, and I just looked down at my hand where I already had Sephiroth's Intervention, and I was like, well, sorry about this, and just killed it again. Because that card is a problem. But they were really, really fun games. I felt good that I was able to win. I was able to, and part of why I won, like I said, I was playing in green-black. I was able to get out the Colosseum Behemoth, which is the 7/7 Trampler. I was able to get out the Gigantode with its land bonus, which makes it a 6/6. And I think I also had the Malboro out. Yes, it was the Sir Conrad one. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't totally confident. Yeah, it was the Sir Conrad reskin. I was like, no, I cannot let this stay on your field. But yeah, Malboro, surprisingly good card if you can get it out. Like the second game ended in a draw, but it almost didn't because I had him down to 2 cards in his pile. Between the mill effect of Malboro and also his deck had some self-mill as well. He very nearly decked out. So yeah, that was good. And then round 3 I was up against a blue-red black deck. And he beat me twice too, but these were much longer, like very close games. Like I almost had him both times. and he just managed to kill me first. Um, he had the Ultima. It's the Ultima from Final Fantasy 16. So the 4/4 flying god that blights lands. That was a huge problem. I definitely used... I don't think I used Sephiroth's Intervention on it. I think I was able to use Vane's Treachery on it, which is the other kind of fairly decent kill spell that's in black. So yeah, he did manage to kill me. Well, because he had the FF16 Ultima. He had the Emperor of Palmesia that flips into Lord Master of Hell, and he managed to get that flipped both games, which was a huge problem. I managed to kill that, and then the second game, what really did me in is he managed to play Retrieve the Esper, which is the one that creates a 3/3 robot, but then he flashed it back and was able to put counters on one of them, so it became a 5/5 robot, which was a problem. I think I dropped the Lunatic Pandora on that one. But yeah, and it was one of those things where it was very back and forth. I was killing his stuff, but he was killing my stuff, and he just managed to eke out the wins before I could. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. We'll definitely be going back for more events. Alright, this thread is very short. I need to actually use the needle in my mouth. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. And my last opponent, we got down to the very last last turn of the last game. I was sitting at I think 4 life, and he was at 7 or 8, and I had 1 card in hand and all of my mana open. So he was like, ooh, he's like, I don't like this, but I kind of have to attack. So he did, and he killed me, and I flipped the card in my hand. I was like, I had a world map in my hand, and he was like, oh man. He's like, you have the best poker face I've ever seen. I could not tell what you were drawing. And I was like, thank you. I try. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I was deliberately bluffing, hoping to make him pass, and unfortunately it didn't work, but I did try. Come on, thread. There. Carps off my hand here. So, this is my deck box. It's beautiful. I love it. So this was my promo that I could not in good conscience run in a limited deck, but it's very pretty. And it's got the little promo watermark on it, which is exciting. But yeah, 5 black pips. I was not running that in a limited deck, even though I was running black. However, this may go in the mono black Arden deck I want to build. We'll see. We'll see. You would have tried. Fair. But once you see what I'm actually running, you may... actually, so first let me show you, because this is stupid. So these were... Depends how black the deck is. Yeah, it was fairly evenly split green-black. I don't think... And having now played the games, I don't think I had 5 swamps out at any point I mean, again, if I was running Zodiark, I probably would have stacked it a little more heavily towards swamps, but it's fine. It is what it is. So these are the uncommon, or the like the two color legends that I opened. I opened Gladio, which is red green. I opened Lightning, which is red white. I opened Shantoto, which is blue red. I opened Sid, which made me happy, and it's the FF16 Sid, Sidolphus. I love him. He's blue white. I opened Giat, which is also red white. And then I opened Golbez, which is the blue black, the blue black 2 mana Golbez, which I actually am running. So I had these, and the rest of my pool has like basically no support for white or red. Like, I have very little. Like, I maybe could have, no, like there's very little here as far as like red and white. I'm like, I can't run red or white, which takes out most of these. Which, you know, sometimes that's how the pools run. I am thinking of tweaking my deck, which I'll get to here in a minute. So this is what I was actually running. None of the lands are in here because I was using the LGS's lands, so I returned them at the end. I didn't have to. Like, they don't, it's not like they're gonna track you down, but I was polite and followed the etiquette and returned the lands. These are my sleeves. They are excellent. They're a little bit slick. I'm not sure I'll use them too often, but they're very fun. I love them too. That I saw them on the shelf and I was like, I need the King Ghidorah sleeves. I need them. And they're officially licensed like Toho product too. Like, I don't know what partnership. I assume there were probably other Godzilla sleeves. All that was left when I was there was Ghidorah, but that's kind of what I wanted anyway. So I had like kind of these are not in any particular order because I was shuffling. I kind of had an artifact sub-theme because I was running Golbez. So I had a little bit of a blue splash, mostly for flyers. I did have the blue-green Guadasalam Tapland, which was nice. I had my Colosseum Behemoth. The Bard's Bow actually saved my bacon a couple times. Yeah, my Sephiroth's Intervention. I had a Malboro that I got out a couple times. I had the Summon Primal Odin in my deck. I never actually got it out, but it was there. I think I drew it once and then didn't end up getting to be able to cast it, but that would be fun if I managed to get it out at some point. The Ariman, the 2/2 Flying Death Touch, that saved my bacon a couple times. There's my Golbez. So he has artifact interactions. So if artifacts enter, he surveils, and then if, depending on how many artifacts are actually on the field for you, he gets extra benefits. Which, I got him out a couple times. I never actually got him out with enough artifacts to get the final benefits. So, TBD on if that was worth it. I had a Magic Pot, which again was an artifact. I did have the Cecil Dark Knight. I got him out a couple times, but I never managed to flip him. So again, that would be fun if I could make it happen, but it didn't end up happening. The Balam T Rexar was excellent. I actually did manage to get it out a couple times, like as a 6/6, which was fantastic. I think it was immediately killed both times. Because my opponent was just like, no. And it was really funny once because I cast the Balam T Rexar. My opponent immediately killed it. I think they used Vane's Treachery on it. And then I was like, alright. And my next turn, I had enough mana and I had it in my hand. I was able to get out the Colosseum Behemoth, which is a 7/7 with Trample. And my opponent was just kind of like, aww. Oh, and the Rook Turret was my other blue splash. So since I had Golbez, and then I had the Lunatic Pandora, and I had the Ring of the Lucii, which are both also artifacts. I figured if I was going to have Golbez in the deck anyway, I splashed blue for a couple flyers, just because I like having air coverage, if at all possible, in my decks. And again, the Rook Turret is an artifact, so it would count for Golbez as well. Yeah, the Rook Turret actually did save my bacon a couple times as well. Just being a 3/3 flyer was super useful. What I think I might do, though, because I'll show you my pool. I have, like, half the bird deck. So, I have some of the bird cards with their landfall triggers. So I think what I might do is I might swap out the blue splash and some of the green cards. Like, I probably don't need 2 of these, which I have. Probably the Gobu Gardener. I have 2 of those. I like the Grand Pulso Chu because it's a 1/1 Death Touch for 1. I can probably switch out some of these others. But I have... So I think I would swap in Gladio, which is a much higher mana cost, but he does have the landfall trigger. So landfall, whenever another land you control enters, target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. And he's a 6/6, which is nice. So I might switch him in for Golbez, and then I have... where's my bird cards? I have several bird cards. So I have Gisselgreens, which creates bird tokens with landfall. I have Saz's Chocobo, which is a 0/1 with landfall. And its landfall is not until end of turn, it's just put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if you can get this out early and it survives, it can get nasty. I have the Traveling Chocobo, which is a bird. And if a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability, that ability triggers an additional time, so that would double the landfall triggers. And I have Chocobo Racetrack, which whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 bird token with the landfall trigger. So I might... And then I don't know... Look at my red cards. Do I have any other reds that I want to splash in at the same time? Or should I just do the single red pip for Gladio? I don't have a ton of red. Might of Judgment's a 6 mana. No, because I do, like, I have a Suplex. Might be, I mean, Laughing Mad, and then the Hilgigas is just a mountain cycler, which could be useful, but I have other, like, some of my artifacts in here, I have other things that would let me find mountains on command. Maybe the Blazing Bomb, but oh, right, this one. I'm like, I know there's a red card I want, because this also works with the birds. So this lets me search for a mountain card, and then create a 2/2 bird with the landfall. So that would go in. Yeah, Suplex isn't bad. Because it does just exile an artifact. Yeah. Maybe like that. Because that's only 3 red pips. Which I had 3 blue pips before and had no problems. Red-green landfall burbs does seem to be a theme. I mean, this would still be the green-black deck. It would just be splashing in just enough red for the Gladio landfall. So yeah, maybe I do that. And see how that performs. I do want to fight. I want to fight Kara's deck with the blue splash in, which is the version I played at the pre-release. But then maybe I switch some cards around and see how it goes. But yeah, that was my pool. It was a lot of fun. I greatly enjoyed that. And then, so while we were there, we bought one of the Final Fantasy bundle boxes, which comes with 9 booster packs. Oh yeah, I'm planning to build the full red-green landfall at some point. I need the Tifa card. There's a Tifa card and there's a Zell card that are both really good that I want to add to that deck. I just didn't have the pool for it. I mean, if you want a kid, if you want a Kite, we would be happy to play Magic with you. Please, if you can get your hands on one and that is something you would enjoy. I actually don't know how much you play Magic, but yeah, by all means, please. Yeah, I do want to actually build the red-green landfall deck. Again, it's just like I had half support for it in that pool, but I will be building the full thing at some point. So we bought a bundle box that comes with 9 booster packs, and then we both got a booster pack and actually a really pretty dice for participation in the pre-release. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, that's 11 booster packs. If we bought one more booster pack, we could both do another sealed pool. So that's what we did. We bought one additional booster pack, and then last night we divided them up and both opened a second sealed pool. Which I'm not nearly as happy with my second deck as I am with this black-green one. My second deck is basically red-blue, no support. It's red-blue equipment with like half of what I need. Oh, actually no, it's red-green blue equipment. Because I could not pare it down to 2 colors. My pool was really weird and unbalanced. So I think it'll play okay. Well, we haven't played with it yet. We built our second pools last night, but then we were both too tired to actually play. So I haven't played with my second deck yet. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting. But Kara's second pool was cracked. Like, she stole all of the good packs from me. My pool was decidedly mediocre, and hers was incredible. And I should put Zodiark back in the box. Again, you'll notice I haven't even taken him. I haven't taken him out of the plastic yet. In you go. Yeah. Magic. Oh, you opened a foil Tifa last night? Jealous. Yeah, I do want to build that landfall deck. I want to build... So, as far as, like, constructed decks I want to actually build out of this set, I want to build the red-green landfall deck. I want to build a blue-white Sid artifacts deck. And then I really, really want to build... a mono-black Arden Demons deck. If I can get a board full of demonic Namazu, it will be the best day of my life. I really, really like the Arden card. And the bonus sheet Arden Izunia, I forget what it's a reskin of, but it synergizes very, very well with the inset Arden the Usurper. So yeah, I really want to build that deck. And then once this set comes to Arena, I really want to get a Vana to put in my existing green-white deck. Because I feel like that'll be big.
To show off how heinously good my stuff, some of my stuff was. That's yesterday's deck.
Okay.
That's the deck we built second.
Uh-huh.
Front is the sealed pool at home. Back is the sealed pool at the store.
Excellent.
It's stupid in some ways.
It is. Yes. So, Kitsune has called it. This is indeed... I mean, this deck box is... probably 10 years old at this point. I bought it back when I was working at a LGS, and back when Bravest Warriors was like the new thing and there was a lot of Catbug merchandise. They did indeed put out a Catbug deck box. Oh, yes, and then you open it. I'm Catbug! So this is what Kara was running yesterday. Again, sans lands, because we returned the lands to the store. Oh, did you have a deck name, Kara? I didn't have a deck name for my black-green one. I should come up with one. But I believe Kara termed this deck as, black-white, this is what I have creatures in support for. So she opened Rufus. She was running Rufus. She had Graha. I believe she had, her promo was Cloud. So her box promo her kit promo that she opened was Cloud. So that was kind of her starting point. And then having opened both Graha and Rufus, she was like, okay, black, white. Yeah, she had the Imperial City of Arcades, the Defender, and she had the Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, she opened that, and I was like, ooh. So yeah, she got herself a Chromatic Lantern. Black Mage's Rod, Iron Giant, 2 Sephiroth's Intervention. She had Ambrosia. She had her Murder Kitty. Apparently this was very useful for her in a few games. She also had the 2/2 flying Death Touch, which is great. Yeah, this is not bad. She had the Lunatic Pandora for extra equipment for Cloud. She had a singular Moogle. Yeah, Sephiroth is intervening a lot. She had the White Aura Sight, which is huge. So, yeah, that's what she was running yesterday. And then she had the Summon Chocomog. So 2 Moogle. Yeah, Sephiroth was intervening a lot at the LGS yesterday. He must have been so tired by the end of the day. Check the Demon Wall, it's mean. Demon Wall, 3/3 Defender. So it has Menace, and as long as this creature has a counter on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. And then for 5 and a black, you can put 2 1/1 counters on this creature. And then obviously if you have like other cards in your deck that also grant counters, they can be put on this. That is pretty mean. I do like that. That might actually go in the Arden deck because it's a demon to start with. Yeah, that is a mean card. I'm sure he won't go and be moody about having to do all the interventions. Yeah, right? Sephiroth never struck me as like an intervening kind of guy. I'm just imagining Sephiroth just being like, Cloud, this is only because we care about you. Okay, so then the rest of her pool for that. Oh, a second Aerith rescue mission. Right, she had Jecht in the deck to start with, and she was like, hey, can you like look this over for me? What would you cut? And I immediately was like, I don't know if you need that. Like, again, it's cool if you can manage to flip it, but can you manage to flip it? She also had a Malboro, which I might have run in the deck just for the swamp cycling. I mean, clearly I had a Malboro in my deck, but, you know. Portal. Oh god, yeah. My first opponent was absolutely killing me with Kina. Just so many frogs. I've never been so scared of frogs. Oh, 2 Gigantode. And 2 Rook Turret. Nice. Okay, so you had Ultimisia, you had Golbez, Altier and Fran, Cloud of Darkness. I could have used that in my deck, but whatever. for Noah and Ignis. For foils, yeah. Lantern would be your first recommended cut. Fair. But Kara was so excited about it because it's the pretty art. A nice blue-black deck was also an option. Yeah, she did have a fair amount of support for blue, especially in, like, flyers. Like, those 2 Rook turrets and the little dragon. And the water crystal, yeah. Okay, so this was her second pool. So this was the ridiculousness that she built out of her second pool last night. Oh god, Sephiroth's intervention again. And this one does have land in it. Alum T-Rex. Audio. You're red, green, black in this, eh? Yeah. X-Staff. There's a Malboro. Don't like this. And Rydia. Oh gosh, yeah. Rydia also has landfall triggers. Barret. This is a chunky deck. Diamond weapon. Love that for me. Fight this. All right, and Kuja. Love that for me. So yeah, that was her second pool that we built last night. And the rest of that pool is cracked because you see there she opened Kuja and Gladio and Rydia and like a ton of the other 2 colors, and I opened 1 in my second pool. Kara's superpower is indeed, yeah, and she opened Garnet. She opened, I believe, 2 Golbez. I think there's a second Golbez in here. She opened Minwu White Mage, Zaz, and Kefka Court Mage. Oh, right, and Omega. And there's the second Golbez. And Gabranth. And a second X-Death. This was all 1 pool. Like, she cracked those boosters in half. 2 Kistis. Good lord. Oh, and Ash. I didn't even know you opened an Ash. Good lord. Yes, fish bastard. But yeah, so that was her second pool that she just, like, absolutely cracked in half. Like, honestly, you could probably build 2 really good decks out of that pool. If you wanted to. Oh no, where do I put this? So yeah, magic, 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 magic. But yeah, I really want to build the red-green landfall deck and call it Gym Bros. Because it's just, it's Gladio and Tifa and Zell working out at the gym and getting swole. with a bunch of chocobo, I guess. Maybe they're bench pressing the chocobo, and that's how they're getting swole. Although I guess the birds are also getting swole. So maybe the birds are also, like, bench pressing each other? I don't know. Look, it breaks down after a while, but it's still fun. It's a metaphor. It's just easier to not name decks. That's fair. I just like my Jim Bros deck because it's a funny name. Yeah, looking forward to playing more Magic with Kara after stream today. I also have enough currency saved up on Arena that as soon as Final Fantasy drops on Arena, I'll be able to do 2 drafts, which is exciting. And for once, I actually feel confident in my ability to maybe do fairly well at this set. We'll find out. Maybe I'll get more drafts if they pay for themselves. That would be exciting. I mean, to be fair, this is the most attention I've paid to a set since probably Bloomborough, which helps. I've actually been, like, you know, following the spoilers and reading what the cards do. Gonna blow through gems on sealeds. The payout is bad, but it's your favorite way to play, and then switch to drafts. Totally fair. I again, having only built the two, the one at the pre-release yesterday and then the one last night with Kara. Well, okay, technically three because we did a practice Bloomborough sealed too. I enjoy sealed a lot more than I thought I would. I find sealed a little bit more frustrating because sometimes where like last night when I opened my second pool, I was like, oh, well, like this doesn't have anything exciting in it, and there's nothing in it that I'm like super excited to play with, but I guess I'll build a deck. I just find that like it's not bad. It's just that definitely does happen sometimes in sealed, whereas with draft, I feel like it's a lot easier to find exciting things because you're picking through each pack. But they're both fun. Like I said, I was enjoying sealed a lot more than I thought I would. Draft has a higher ceiling of fun for sure, but I like how consistent sealed can be. Like some days you just draft badly. That's fair. That's very fair. The ones where you don't open anything exciting are your favorite pools because it means it becomes a puzzle to solve and doesn't build itself. That's fair. That's very fair. Like, I am still excited to play that deck I built, because like I said, it's got... So it has Firion in it, it has Zell in it, it has 2 item shopkeepers, all of which care about equipment. And it's got, like, some equipment. Like, I would prefer it to have a few more equipment cards to make it more viable, but I don't think it's bad. We'll have to see how it plays. Also, I need to move those. Grab this. So yeah, we'll see how it plays. It'll be interesting for sure. It was also very much, I was opening my pool and then watching Kara open her cracked in half pool and just being like, oh. Not even disappointment, just kind of like, I want some of those cards. I did open a Beyond Bahamut's Dominant, and again, did not have nearly enough support in white to be able to play it. Do I have any input on the puzzle gift beyond what Kara has already said? Good lord, I did not... Well, I guess I only need the one anyway. Not make that close. Redo this. Actually, there is a backside. Florals are good. I tend to really like puzzles where, oh, how do you say this? Where it's kind of like an I Spy board, where it's like a collage of lots of different things, as opposed to being like a landscape or something. So if you found one that was like a bouquet of flowers, or like a, you know, a pile of fruits or something, those are kind of the puzzles I usually super enjoy. But this is, I'm guessing this is mostly a gift for Kara, because Kara is the puzzle lord. But yeah, florals are nice. I really like florals too.
Yeah.
Like, we have a couple puzzles that are by a particular photographer that literally just look like they're pages out of an I Spy book that are like my favorite puzzles to do. And also, Kate, if you forgot to pack the magnet that you have, you can always purchase a new one. Considering you will be in Vancouver again. Breakfast and outsides. Both important. Enjoy your time there, Kate. We will see you in, like, T-minus 5 days-ish. Somewhere in there. At some point this week, we'll make plans. Probably. Oh, flight is from Victoria to Toronto and then to Ottawa. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think that's how Kara and I flew home from BC too. I guess that makes sense. You're pretty sure the magnet made it in there? Okay, fair enough. I mean, if it didn't, that just means you'll have to come visit again. But yeah, enjoy your day. Enjoy the outsides, if you can. DK, I hear the outside are outside. And with things like the death ball in the sky, it doesn't sound very enjoyable. You'd probably like it here. There is very little death ball today, I think. I could be wrong, though. It's also supposed to rain here part of this week again. There are weeks. Polygons. Very light in tone, but I kind of like that. It's an interesting palette. Do a bit of a shuffle. Oh, that's the other downside of those Ghidorah magic sleeves. They shuffle terribly. Because they're so slick and shiny, they're really hard to shuffle effectively. They're cool as hell. But they're a little bit annoying to actually play with. They don't actually stick. No. I find that because they're lightweight enough plastic that when I go to riffle them together, they gap just enough that when they riffle together, they end up like inside each other as opposed to actually shuffled. Then I kind of have to like pull them apart and jam them together anyway. It's a little bit easier to do. Oh, here. Ugh. Why am I doing gestures with my hands when I can pull them out? So, I shuffle like a monster. I'm in the habit of it. So yeah, if I try to go like this, they end up kind of inside each other. It is a little bit easier to shuffle like this, which I should get into the habit of doing. They don't stick actually. They're nice and slidey. So if you're like shuffling like this or shuffling like this, it's not as bad. I'm just, because I play so many like 52 card games, like card games with a standard deck, I'm so used to riffle shuffling. I should get out of the habit of doing it with sleeved magic cards. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Thankfully never learned to riffle. That's fair. Yeah, like I said, when I was in like high school and college, my friends and I played so much Rummy that I riffle shuffle as second nature. I can't bridge. I never learned how to do that second part of it. I can't bridge things together, but I do riffle shuffle, usually. I riffle shuffle and then just jam them together. Goodness, almost noon already. How did that happen? I mean, yeah, literally and figuratively, magic. I finish hatching this hexagon, I'll break. And Also, if it is a time zone where you should start thinking about food, you should go start thinking about food. Please, I'm always thinking about food. It's the follow through that's the problem. That's fair. In that case, you should go get up and get some food. And then put it into your food hole. Snip out this paper so I don't forget about it. Alright. Everybody get up, stretch, grab refills on your drinks if you need to, run to the bathroom, all that good stuff. All the good bodily self-care. And I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, I see that Board Game Arena Redemption. Let's see. Want that. I want it to actually be BGA. There we go. So this will probably be fairly short. I need to put myself into more boards. Okay. We're down to 11 in the deck. We've got this guy cornered. He's down to over here. Unfortunately, I don't have any end pieces. This one might be our best bet. Yeah, we've not made more boards for a while. I keep forgetting. I know Kite is off the hook because Kite has not been feeling well. And I keep meaning to do it and then completely forgetting by the time I like sit down at my computer. I mean, I could just go through and create a bunch of boards now. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so this is flip 7. Where basically you have numbered cards from 1 to 12. When you flip them, they score that many points, unless you flip doubles. So like you can see M here, she flipped 2 6s, so she busted for the hand. Do I want to? Yeah, you know what? YOLO. Hooray! Okay, cool. A 3 is not that many points, but that's fine. Next. I don't think. Yeah, I'm at $0. I think I pass. Sure. Not that that's gonna help me much. I think that truly was my last action. Oh, wait, nope, I can do this port down here. Take any 2 of your units from your player board other than fields and exchange them with 2 of your units on the map at no cost. The 2 new units must be different from the 2 old units. The new units must match the land type. If you qualify, you can obtain the building bonus. Okay, so that doesn't actually score me any points at the moment. That's not useful. So let's go ahead and pass. All right, next. Oh, right. I needed this link here. And then Theos went and blocked it. So I guess I'm going the long way around. So I need red, I need black, I need green, I need orange. So I guess let's grab an orange and let's grab a black. I probably won't make it, but I might as well try. Ooh, a red button. Sure. Continue. More buttons. Ooh, do I want to roll into this? I don't think I do. Not when I have that secured. I think Kuma's still gonna win because Kuma's gonna hit 12. But, you know, I have the moral victory. Okay. So here, I'm trying to get, so I need to go down here, so I need green. I need to go down here, so I need red. The red, green, and then this. I can grab this red here. Or let's pull off the top. That works. Next. Okay. Let's play that 4. Last card. 10-point hand for Kite. 8-point hand for me, not too bad. And oh boy, a 24-point crib. Good lord. And that won me the hand. Excellent. Okay. Goodness. 24-point crib. Yeah, with 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. That makes sense. Goodness. Okay. 2 cards to Kitte's crib, huh? Probably that. Next. Ooh. Yeah, I'll play that second 9. Oh, I can't. We're already at 26. Duh. In that case, I'll take 1 point. Hello? There we go. Okay. Kitte's already got the sake cup, so I guess it's not gonna hurt to take the Rain Man. Ooh. Let's go ahead and grab that 5. Alright. Need to fill in this first. And I can take 2 bonus tile. Well, let's see. I can just grab 2 reds, which are wilds. I was already planning to play the green here. The 2 reds would allow me to play these 2 here. So that might be the best bet. Yeah, let's do that. Because this is also the last round of the game. Next. Oh boy, excellent. Oh, I love this. I love being able to actually make my bets. Okay. So back to Fancy Azul. Actually grab these 2 and get the 0 score plate. So let's do that. And those go there. Right. I think I'm just playing 2 here. Don't like a legend being in the lead. Okay. I need to play things here. Let's put Fox out and discard those 2 to do it. Ooh, gave me more rabbit. Excellent. I love more rabbit. Okay. Oh, I am way behind on this one. Right. Not being able to cool down heat for this entire stretch is brutal. No, I do not. Okay. Yeah. Do that. Okay. Here's my... There we go. That's better. Okay. So I have 2 purple. I have 2 green. I have 1 orange. I have 1 red. Okay. More green is probably the way to go. Yeah, let's do that. The games of the board, it's true. Kite, you're supposed to be outsides. Okay. Would have been nice if I'd been able to grab 1 more cream, but is what it is. Alright, how do I want to play the rest of these? Do have 2 technically wilds. Maybe I play 4 red here. And then the 3 green and the 2 white. That actually would work really well. So let's do that. 4 red, please. Next. Remain unconvinced I am not ill. Oh no. I am sending you many good vibes, but yes, please rest as much as you need to. Let's play this. Okay. New hand. I would love to grab that bright. Thank you very much. Okay. 3. I should maybe play this one instead. I'm not convinced I'll be able to slipstream, but maybe. Noom! Noom! Oh, lots of Noom. Some Noom. Little Noom. More Noom. Noom. Little Noom. Ooh, I might get to do. Okay, move 3. I do get adrenaline. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Nah. And then... shouldn't I have been able to slipstream there? Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't give me the option to slipstream there. That's annoying. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I would love to move 6 spaces for a slipstream. Love that. Okay. No, let's not discard any of those high point cards. Okay, that was successful. Okay, there we go. Should I make some new boards? Or should I leave it and make some boards after I stream? It's probably not super interesting for me to watch you, for you to watch me sit and make boards. So I will do that after the fact, and I will try really hard to remember. Okay, let's go back to the stream. And
All right, there we go. It sits. Tay, at least if you're still not feeling great next week, you can come and hang out on our couch instead of having to be all by yourself in a hotel room. We are happy to have you come and hang out and just like flop and watch movies. We don't have to go out and do things if you're not feeling up to it. We are honestly just happy to hang out. We are house lesbians. We don't go out and do things usually. Yesterday was an outlier. Your board making plans is like when leaving Canada? No, that's totally fair. I wasn't expecting you to be doing anything while you travel. But being a Kite is defined by all the things I do, and yeah! Yes, and currently the thing the Kite do is rest. And travel. But not at the same time. Also, if you are still feeling ill when you arrive in Ottawa, Kara will in fact mother hen at you. Aggressively. So it's true. It is what I do. Great boards. of boards that I will need to remember to launch this time tomorrow. I wish you luck. That is usually my problem as well. Yeah, that sounds right. Just pulls out their tombstone and begins flicking on it. All the other scions are just like, WTF. Okay, there you go. Perfect. I mean, to be fair, Raha definitely feels like a board game nerd. I feel like he would also be playing the board games. Who else is the Warrior of Light playing them with, if not Raha? And probably Kryle. Tataru? I feel like Tataru is like very specific board games. Like, I feel like Raha and Kryle would kind of be like, yay, board games, and be up to try anything. Yeah, Tataru is like specifically a card shark. I feel like Tataru has her specific games that she loves, and then other games that she's just like not interested in. She is absolutely a card shark. The art for the current Make It Rain event is Tataru, Gerald, Hancock, and Rowena playing Mahjong. And Tataru has a 13 Orphans hand, which fully tracks. Alphino probably plays Mahjong? Probably, yes. He probably learned how to play in the Far East and was absolutely fascinated. Unfortunately, he probably learned to play from Hancock. I feel like Urianger probably also plays board games if they are sufficiently, like, in-depth strategy board games. Like, he's probably kind of like Tataru, where he has his genre of games that he likes, and then other ones he's not as interested in. Morning, Kuma. Oh yeah, for sure. Alphino plays Mahjong, but probably is not good at Mahjong. Urianger probably does not play board games, but 100% ruins unknowing people at poker for individual games and then walks out. Probably. I could see that. Man has a fantastic poker face. Oh god, do you think he taught the Loporrits how to play poker? I hope not. Although, the Loporrits are probably universally bad at poker. Urianger is just like, Thancred, I have taught mine fuzzy companions how to play. And Thancred's just like, oh god, why would you do that? Urianger, no. Oh yes, we are. We redeemed board games and then we got on a side tangent because Kitsune was joking that her Warrior of Light just kind of stopped moving in the middle of the final days to pause and play her board games. And then we started talking about what other scions and characters would probably be playing the board games with the Warrior of Light. Oh god. Poker Way is the Loporrit that is best at poker. Just a haggard bun with a cigar. Oh god. And sunglasses. Like giant aviator shades. And somehow a 5 o'clock shadow on a Loporrit. Yeah, and despite all of that, still very upbeat and Loporrit-like. Exactly. Come on, thread. Go. Boards. Fresh new boards. Oh yeah, that's a few boards. Not a lot of boards. Just some boards. only 75% of them to fire. I mean, that's why you make extras. Margin of... Well, not necessarily margin of error, but like adding. Dinner! Yes, do go do the thing. Dinner is necessary and delicious. I put food in the food hole. Excellent. I was just wondering whether or not you had gotten around to that. Alright. That is all of this week's hexagons. All joined in. Excellent. Caught a shiny Porygon too. Excellent. Congrats on that. I do like the shiny Porygon line. They're nice. They are excellent. What do we want to do for the last hour, team? I guess just more hexagons. Get further hexagoning. Need one hexagon to use up. This yellow thread built in probably. Might try for a second one while the boosted odds so you can have a Z. Excellent. That does sound like a plan. someday have shiny alpha Clefable from Legends Arceus. Someday. So far from that hunt, I have gotten 2 shiny alpha Steelix. Because the alpha Steelix is on my way to check the Clefable for shininess. 2 shiny alpha Steelix. No Clefable yet. I would at some point love to get all 3 of them as shiny alphas. Just bragging rights. For the fun of it. Also, there's a guaranteed alpha Clefable spawn in Legends Arceus. In the Coronet Highlands. So you can just basically load into the area, fly over, check and see if it's shiny. If it's not, go back to town, go back into the area so that it loads in again, go check the... You can just kind of cycle through, which is what I've been doing to hunt for it. You know, just because I think alphas are cool. They're gigantic and wonderful. And I think it would be badass to have a gigantic alpha, gigantic shiny Clefable. White. She can be girlfriends with the gigantic alpha shiny Lopunny that a friend caught for me. It sounds like so much work. It is, but it's fun. And any of the Pokemon that you pass along the way could be shiny. I have caught... I think I'm on phase 12 or 13 of that hunt. Actually, let me check. I've been keeping records just for the fun of it. It is so much work, but it's a fun grind. I'm now in. Yeah, so in the process of hunting for my shiny Clefable, I have found Haunter, 2 Alpha Steelix, a Bronzong, a Geodude, a Roselia, a Luxray, a Sneasel, and an Elekid from an Outbreak. So I'm finding shinies, just so far not the ones that I'm hunting for, but it's fine. Spoken like someone that grew up playing old school RPGs. 20 hours to get a +1 sword before the first boss? I'm in. Don't care that said boss drops a +4 sword. Exactly. The joy is in the journey. Sometimes, like, I just enjoy a grind. Like, if somebody comes to me and is like, oh, here, have this game, and here's the spreadsheet where, like, everything is completely laid out and optimized and has all of, like, everything that you need to reference to be able to play this game as efficiently as possible. I'm like, no, I don't wanna. I wanna do it inefficient and grindy. I don't care. Don't take your spreadsheets away. I don't want an optimized gameplay. I want a gameplay. I want a gameplay loop that I have figured out myself that is comfortable for my playstyle. And I don't care if it's not, like, the most efficient and optimized thing. As long as it's not, like, that's part of why I don't raid. Because in a raid, obviously, especially high-level raiding, other people are relying on you, and you do need to play, like, efficiently and optimally. And I just don't enjoy that kind of gameplay. So I don't raid, because I don't want to let other people down. As long as my being inefficient is not impacting anyone else's play experience, I'm gonna be hella inefficient. There we go. Alright. Now, last little bit, now that I have white thread on my needle, do some actual. Come here, big boy. Now, where was I? Oh no, I was in the middle, not in the middle. We finished our latest round. So we're ready to start a new one. That's why it's not marked. Let's see. Sure. Oh, yes. So, the pre-release yesterday went fantastic. I had a really great time. Kara had a really great time. I went 1 and 2. Kara went 0 and 3, I think. But did win a game, which she was really happy about. I ended up building... Yeah, no, I keep making the same mistake, Kuma. I keep accidentally calling it a PPR when it is definitely not pre-release. I ended up building black-green. And black-green with a tiny splash of blue. Because I wanted a couple flyers and had a Golbez. That didn't end up doing much, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I got to resolve Colosseum Behemoth twice, which is a 7/7 trampler. And let me tell you, watching the look of horror on my opponent's face as I tap everything to summon the Colosseum Behemoth was sure excellent. That was a great feeling. But yeah, another friend was asking me if I had any MVPs. And my MVPs were probably the Rook turret, because sometimes you just need a 3/3 flyer. The Colosseum Behemoth, and the Malboro. The Malboro did some good work too. At one point, I had the Malboro equipped with the Bard's Bow, so that it was a 6/6 with reach. And I was just picturing the Malboro holding a little bow and arrow with its tentacles. But then Kara posited that maybe the Malboro was holding an entire bard around its waist, and the bard was the one with the bow and arrow, which also makes sense. The unfun is when they Doomblade it on their turn. I feel like it did get removed once. I think somebody used Sephiroth's intervention on it, which is the murder equivalent for this set. But the other time it stayed in and won me the game because my opponent just could not deal with the trample. He had blockers, but they were all 1/1s and 2/2s, so the trample damage still got through, and won me the game, which was excellent. But yeah, the Malboro equipped with the Bard's Bow was very funny to me. And then Kara ended up playing white-black, because her promo was a Cloud, and then she managed to open Rufus Shinra, who is white-black. So she was running kind of white-black, this is what I have support for, I think is what she was calling it. Yeah, I felt a little bad, Kuma. My opponent in round 2, which is the round I ended up winning. My opponent had the Sir Conrad reskin, and both times he managed to cast it, I was able to Sephiroth's intervention and destroy it. Which he was a very good sport about. He was just kind of like, oh. Because, of course, that's how Magic the Gathering goes. But he was just like, oh, my boy. Sorry. He's a problem. But yeah, everyone was really nice. The atmosphere was really great. We both had a really great time. We'll almost definitely be going back for more events as funding allows. That's why there's a Ding Dang MTG podcast titled Dies to Removal. Mythic Bomb still dies to removal. It's true. I was really pleased. I felt really proud of myself. I successfully guessed that one of my opponents probably had removal in their hand, and I managed to bait them into using it on... I'm trying to remember, I think I baited them into using it on my Gigantode, and then next turn... Oh no, I baited them into using it on the Balam T-Rex. And then next turn I was able to cast my Colosseum Behemoth. And he was just like, dang it, should have saved that. And I was like, yeah, well... Yeah, I put out the Balam T-Rex R, and my opponent was just like, oh, a 6/6. That's not... I cannot do that, and killed it. And then I was like, okay, well, how about a 7/7? They were like, dang it. Yeah, I actually had one of my opponents compliment my poker face because I was successfully... For several turns, I successfully bluffed him with open mana and one card in hand, and then finally he was like, okay, I've just gotta, like, we're getting toward the end of time, I've just gotta attack. And he did manage to get through and kill me, because the card I had in hand was a world map, which is a land-seeking artifact. But I was deliberately bluffing, and it was working. And he was like, dang, you have the best poker face I've ever seen. And I was like, thank you. I was trying. Too bad I'm really bad at poker. But if it works in MTG... Could have pulled a James and just had lands in hand. It's true, I have thought about doing that. But all of my games, I think I needed my lands. In green, you usually do. Yeah, I was playing green-black with a tiny splash of blue. I was splashing blue for Golbez Crystal Collector, the Rook Turret, and the, crap, I can't remember its actual name. The little tiny flying dragon. Just because I wanted flying coverage. And if I was going to be splashing for Golbez anyway, I might as well. Om nom nom. Good, I'm glad it's tasty. It sounded tasty. It is thwarted slightly by the slapdash modifications you made, but it is still good. Excellent. Still good is all that really matters. Still edible. Kara and I are going to be playing more Magic this afternoon because we want to pit our decks against each other. It would have been really funny if we had gotten matched up during the event, but we did not. I will probably call Street. It's a little bit early. That's okay. Mark. So I know roughly where my scene is. There we go. probably no stream next week. Most likely no stream next week. We will have both a Barris and a Kitte hanging out with us. And I believe Kara has plans for like a farmer's market trip on the Sunday. So yeah, there will be friendship, but there will probably not be stream, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll see. We'll kind of play it by ear the next week or two. I hope to do some kind of a Pokemon stream soon-ish. Work has been up and down, but I hope to do that. I do already kind of have planned what I'm gonna do after Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So we'll see how quickly that approaches. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to my followers, my subscribers, anyone who was chatting or just lurking. I really appreciate it regardless. Hopefully the vibes were enjoyable. But yeah, I will see you for sure in 2 weeks. Hopefully before then. But everybody stay safe, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Stay safe and healthy as much as you can. Smiles go for miles. So do your best to keep smiling, however you can. And I will see all y'all later.